We'll go ahead and get started with opening comments from Coach Fleck.
All right. First and foremost, just want to thank the Rape Bowl. I want to thank Eric and Judy, all the Yellow Jackets, our host Jim. He was absolutely unbelievable. What a world-class environment they create for a whole week. Been to a lot of bowl games. It's really, really special. They do it above and beyond, and it's been well reported of why I feel that way. Bowl games are about the people. Some people really, really care and create an elite moment in memory for all of our players and our staff and our staff's families over the holidays, and they knock it out of the park. Here we are in Diamondbacks Baseball Stadium in Chase Field. They do knock it out of the park. So just want to thank them first and foremost. Second, just congratulations to New Mexico. Coach Eck has a heck of a ball club. The team he put together and how scrappy and hard they play. They're very tough to figure out defense. They throw a lot, defensively throw a lot of looks at you. They move, they stunt everywhere. They play incredibly hard. This was one of the hotter teams in the country when you look at what they've done to a lot of people. Tied for the Mountain West Championship. When you look at them, we knew this was going to be a really, really difficult opponent. And then we didn't execute for a lot of different reasons. Partially them, partially us. Didn't play our best football game. Didn't play as complimentary as we wanted to play going into the game. However, found a way to be 1-0. That was the whole mission. These guys, we don't believe in momentum. It didn't matter if the kickoff return went back. Didn't matter. These guys just kept rowing the boat. We've been saying that forever. I mean, everybody says, well, what do you think it is? It's rowing the boat. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. It's rowing the boat. The resolve, the resiliency, the cardiac Gophers, whatever people want to call us, it's about these players. It's about their resolve, the resiliency, the fight, the scrap they have. I'm so proud to be their coach. And what they've done and what they continue to do is very, very difficult to do. And I don't, again, I think we kind of just look at the CFP and that's it. But when you look at how they've won games, with a lot of things that have happened with us this year, and to finish the year with 8 wins, another bowl championship for the 7th time in a row, 9th time as a program, 7th under us, I think that's a huge feather in their cap. So love coaching these young players, these people. We got amazing, amazing people inside our organization. And I know Coach Eck feels the same way. They got a heck of a culture too, but just proud of our culture tonight because it showed on a big stage. So with that, open it for questions.
We'll start here in the second row on the left.
Regan Gerges, the Minnesota Daily. PJ, you said that before the game that it's almost like the bowl game is a preview for what the 2026 season is going to be like. And I'm curious what you think the 2026 season is going to look like now with this bowl game done.
Well, one, it's a celebration of 25. We celebrate our seniors. You know, whether guys played in the game, didn't play in the game, have NFL aspirations, guys are coming back. This was a top to bottom, pretty young team in a lot of key positions. And we've done a really good job of retaining our roster. And I'm not saying we've done a really good job. It's these guys believing in what we're doing and how we're doing it. There's a lot of transparency and open conversations within our program. We have 9 guys playing on teams on Sunday from last year's team. People don't talk about that enough. A lot of people go right straight down. This team's another bowl champion, 8 wins, losing that many NFL guys and replenishing and being able to play a lot of young players that you're willing to do that with freshmen. The 2 guys that enter the game on offense are freshmen. So, I mean, I think the future is really, really bright for Gopher football, and it should be. And I've always been that head coach that never runs away from expectations. And we'll continue to let these guys rest a little bit and then set our expectations really high in 26. But the expectations have to be elite in the process. I think sometimes we are a little more result-oriented as a team this year than really stayed to the process. But resolve and resiliency within the game, absolutely. This was one of the best teams I've ever coached with that.
Stay here in the front left.
And we heard your announcement after the game. Kind of, why did you take that stage to do it, and then kind of talk about kind of how well you played tonight?
I kind of talked about pregame that. I did talk to the CJ about it. I wrote down what my goals were. I told CJ I was going to get MVP and announced to everybody that I was going to come back. And I made my decision pretty early in December. I mean, I definitely knew that I wanted to come back, and I knew how good our team is going to be next year for 2026. And I wouldn't want to miss that for the world because I felt like we left a little bit of meat on the bone this year. I'm ready to go get after it next year.
We have a question here, second row right.
This is for Jalen. If you could just go through your key takeaways on your MVP offensive performance and the 2 touchdowns that you had this evening.
Yeah, just, a lot of it goes to the guy sitting right next to me in the O-line. There's only so much you can do as a wideout that you have control over. So I'm just appreciative of my coaching staff putting me in positions to go make those plays, and Drake trusted me to throw me the ball. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, trust. He's not going to throw me the ball if he doesn't believe that I can make the play. So just appreciative of my teammates, the O-line for holding up, Drake for making all those great passes, and the coaching staff for putting me in those positions.
First row on the right.
Ryan Burns, 24/7 Sports. PJ, Anthony's day, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 2 pass deflections that were very key as well. Where does this single game type of performance in your time as Minnesota's head coach kind of leave you with what you saw from Anthony today?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony would be the first one to tell you it's about the team defense first. He can't do it alone, right? But that was one of the best defensive performances I've watched a single individual have. Would it be even better? We got to work on the catching piece when the ball's in the air. And he did. He eyeballed it. We'll work those wide receiver drills for him in the offseason. But what a game, But when you watch Anthony work and see what type of person Anthony is, Anthony's a really, really good person with a huge heart, soul. He's serving and giving. He cares about people. Just what a great teammate. And it's no surprise that he had the game he had. But it takes all 11. He really got after it. One thing I'll tell you about Anthony is that he's really coachable. Like, it's really hard with elite players, like, to coach them every single day, because our job is not to make them just comfortable. Our job every day is to get them to be uncomfortable. Well, most human beings don't want to be uncomfortable, especially really good human beings who are good football players. It's hard to get guys to be uncomfortable. He has no problem doing it. You can sit him down and watch certain clips of what he has to continue to do better, and he's very transparent and honest with himself, and comes to work every single day to get better. And that's very, very difficult to find, I think, in 2025 going into 2026, and in this kind of NIL portal world where everybody just wants to be told how good they are and what they're worth. I think you better have a really strong culture to be able to continue to coach young people. And I think we do, and we got the right kids who want to be coached. And I'll stand tall on that comment for sure.
Drake, can you kind of take us through your day where it seemed like early on you were a little sped up, but ultimately at the end there, you were able to make the throws?
Obviously didn't start fast, and that's one of the biggest things in this program is we got to do that. But we battled all day, and I think this is just a show of how 2025 went. There was times where we weren't in it. It looked like at points, we're down 14. We had to battle back, and this whole season we battled back and finished games at the end, and that's a credit to Coach Fleck's culture and this whole program.
Go front row here on the left.
PJ, can you walk us through the play call for the last touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, it's a double post. Drake did a really good job, and we're double calling everything because of the amount of looks they give us and the type of fronts they're giving, the type of movement, disguises. They're throwing everything at us. They did a really good job putting pressure on our quarterback with the stunts and blitzes and constantly coming after us. But what a throw, what an my angle looked like it was like there was a Lobo in front of it, right? And then all of a sudden Jalen cuts him off and dives. But one thing about Drake that I think makes elite quarterbacks is they throw people open and they trust people to be where they're going to be. That is a very rare trait to have. Most times young quarterbacks, he's open, throw it to him. Drake throws people open. The best throw of the day was the first touchdown to Jalen, because that's not just coaching. We talk all the time about shaping the football, the appropriate throw, right? The appropriate ball, the advanceable ball. But to throw the ball as high as he did before Jalen's even close to being out of his break point, and then allowing Jalen most wideouts would look back for that ball. He looked straight up, and that's what he's taught. Great fundamentals and technique. Those are big time throws. Play calls are play calls, but you got to still be able to execute them. And for the youth to be executing at that type of level is inspiring for the future. But I've said this before. He's a very, very special player. He's even a better person. He's becoming an elite leader of not just the offense but the team. And you never feel you're out of it with 5. Like, you never feel you're out of it. And I can say that in front of him because he can handle it. He can handle a compliment. And I'm really proud of what he did. I mean, he won 8 games as a freshman quarterback. That's very difficult to do, and not many people are playing freshman quarterbacks. You're going to buy the old ones. And I'm just thankful he's coming back.
Front row here on the right.
Oh yeah, Randy Johnson, Minnesota Star Tribune. Anthony, can you take us through the fake bump in New Mexico, what you saw there, how you guys diagnosed that?
Yeah, throughout the week we were getting that look every single day, and Coach Lee, he prepares us like no other. We're in the special teams game with everybody, and we're learning what goes on. We knew the one player came out, so we saw another player, and then we knew it was a fake. And we all, as a defense, really diagnosed it really well and knew that the fake was coming. It was whether they were going on the other player or this play. And again, I was prepared for it because the coaches prepared so well, and I just executed it.
Go to the back here on the left.
Finally got a dog check. We got a dog check. Not that means anything. We got the dog check.
This one's for Anthony Elliott, Goodbye Sports 360. You and I talked before the game, talked about the weather, talked about playing at Chase Field, how much fun this whole thing would be. How can you put this bowl game experience into words?
It was amazing. Seriously, the bowl people did an amazing job with the experience that we had. It was really next to no other. This is the funnest bowl game I've been to so far, and I think will. So again, it was amazing. The whole entire week, the weather was amazing. Again, being around my teammates, being around the seniors, it was really special. It was truly a special bowl game for all of us.
Front row right.
PJ, New Mexico's kick returner was up here saying he was a little surprised that you guys kicked it to the center of the field to him and he made the most of it. Was the plan to test your coverage unit on that, or what was the thought process?
You'd like it a little bit more to the left a little bit, but as he brought it out, give him a lot of credit. We got to cover better. It's simple. I mean, you're not going to, whether you're in the Big Ten or you're playing in bowl games, everybody's going to have really good players. First kick was a little bit more what we wanted, kind of kicking it away from him a little bit because he's a dynamic player, but kicked it deep, good hang time. We just, we got beat at the 4 position and opened up a pretty big hole, as you can see. So we got to fix that for sure.
Second row left.
I'm loud. How did it feel to have so many Gopher fans out in the stands, even the day after Christmas?
This is such an amazing feeling. We step on the field, you're all the Gopher fans yelling for us. When we make a play, anytime we're hearing them, and we travel so well, and that's an attest to all the Minnesota Gopher fans. We appreciate them so much because when they travel, we hear them, and we really appreciate them.
Front row right. No left, I'm sorry.
Jalen, with so many wideouts out, did you feel like there was going to be a bigger opportunity for you tonight?
Yeah, when you have less guys, obviously you're gonna have more opportunities, but it's not really about me, it's about the group as a collective. We talked about all week just being ready, even guys like Bradley, who's a freshman and hasn't played yet, going over our call sheets and just being on our stuff so that when our moment comes, we can make the play. So it was just us as a collective being ready for the opportunity, no matter who was in the game, regardless of, how many guys we had in our position group.
That will conclude our press conference today. So thank you to Minnesota and congratulations as your 2025 Rake Bowl champions. And thank you to our media for your coverage today. Everyone have a lovely evening and happy holidays.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.